No Cash and Barrel, we're back again with a new episode. I'm Daryl.
I'm ready.
Austin Bourbon Terrace.
We got our brother with us today, man. Coming through, stopping through home, man. It's good to see him as always. The Bourbon Terrace, if you know, you know. If you don't, you know, then you don't know.
You ain't in the know.
You ain't gonna never know.
You'll find out at some point.
You'll find out at some point, I'm sure, in dealing with it. We're gonna get into it. We got a couple things to talk about, but today we're dealing with tasting Jack Daniel's 14 year, which is their oldest expression that they've done for their whiskey. Of course, Tennessee whiskey. I almost said bourbon, but it could be classified as that technically, right?
It is, but
Yeah, they don't like to say it that way.
You gotta, because they Lincoln County process.
That's it,
Like,
but right.
yeah.
So Lincoln County process, still that. So Jack Daniel's mash bill on it is going to be 80% corn. Let me see. Yeah, 12% malted barley, and the other 8% is going to be rye. But again, 14 years, oldest expression they've done. And we're going to get into it, give you some notes. We're going to talk about some other stuff as well. I'm going to go ahead and get into it. Jack Daniel's Brown Forman product. There's a lot of headlines with them real quick and kind of get some feedback from the fellas. Jack Daniel's being a part of Brown Forman, if you've basically been on a rock when it comes to whiskey, but Brown Forman has gone through some changes like a lot of other distilleries have, closed up some rick houses. Some people have lost their job, unfortunately, because just the time we're in right now. But they've been courted with being purchased by Pernod Ricard, excuse me, okay. And so that started, and then Sazerac came in and offered like a bunch of B's, supposedly. I can't confirm or deny. They said we don't know. Yeah, 15 billion.
Yeah.
That's what it be for Brown Forman. And let's get some thoughts on that. I mean, where y'all at with that? Kind of the whole idea of Brown Forman possibly being purchased. They didn't want to go with Sazerac and the Pernod Ricard. That kind of stopped, but now I think there's another offer coming on the table. Kind of just give me your feedback on that.
I mean, for me, it depends on how it goes. Like, a lot of people feel like if Sazerac purchases them, then they're going to dilute the brand.
It's a bad
I
mixture.
don't necessarily think it's going to be that way. I don't think Sazerac really wants to. I think they want to utilize their brand, but I don't think they want to run it. I think they want to really like, okay, here it is. Y'all keep on doing what you're doing because they're doing well.
Sazarec's still in the game right now. I mean, they're killing the game. Brown Forman, yeah.
Like not every brand is doing well, and some of the brands are going to go away. But I think a lot of people reason they don't feel that great about it is because when they bought early times isn't the same anymore.
No, it's not the black top like it was.
And so people are like, oh, that changed, and if they buy another brand from them, it won't be the same. But I also look, okay, if they do this merger with Pernod, they'll be the biggest distillery in the world, or at least in America, and like that's going to be crazy too. And I can't imagine what that looks like.
Do you think it's going to dilute their distilling, their distillation, their offerings with that? Because like now we're just starting to really get a lot of the age statements from Jack over the last couple years.
That's the problem I have with Sazerac now, because now I feel like the market's oversaturated with their products.
Right, but
Don't talk about me, but like I mean,
it's partly their fault, but it's partly not. I mean, they expanded. They did this huge expansion, and then the boom busted. Like,
yeah,
I mean, COVID, everybody was drinking bourbon and whiskey, right?
But I mean, it had always been their draw that you couldn't find their products a lot of the time.
Like basically speaking, like Buffalo Trace,
right? Exactly, with the blend, everything. So now that you're walking in the stores and you actually seeing stuff on the shelf, it's different.
Right. Their demand has been different, and their exclusivity has been different. But we also suffered in Indiana, where the other places didn't for a long time because of issues with distributors as well. So
I think there's an element I think as well with Sazerac too, because we know Sazerac is all about the value too. So I worry about it a little bit, like if they were to purchase a thing like Brown Forman, right? would that change the whiskey? Does it, because then I'm talking about in mass production, right? We're just starting, like I said, maybe the last 4 years, getting the age statements from Jack Daniels, which have been pretty good, from the 10 to the 12. Now we have the 14. We got a lot of the Masters collections coming from Woodford, and what they've done with the Sweet Oak and the Stouted Mash and just different things that historic barrel entries.
Jack Daniels and Woodford will be affected at all. If anything, I think we'll probably come out with more exclusive releases. I think some of the other brands that people might love would probably die by the wayside, but
because they may pick up a little.
If anything, I think you might see a special collection from Jack Daniels. You might see a 16, and there's rumor that the 16 year kind of did release last year in limited space anyway. You might see the Jack Daniels Heritage Collection. I don't know, Heritage Collection that exists.
The Heritage release, but yeah.
But something like, a BTAC.
That special release they do at the thing at the end of the year, yeah.
And I think it's also, we have to think about, people think Salisbury and automatically think Buffalo Trace. It's not.
Right.
Talking about the overarching company. So
right.
I'd be a little bit more worried if it was like a directly Buffalo Trace connection, not Salisbury overarching company.
Yeah. Yeah,
but I mean, realistically, though, I would want to see more Jack Daniels products, especially with the allocated age statement stuff, because because they've come a long way with a lot of stuff. Because before, Jack wasn't even on the radar.
I mean, it was always number 7, right?
Yeah.
Jack and Coke cocktails. That was a big thing for them.
But my thing was, when I first got introduced to Sinatra, that became one of my biggest hits for Jack, because I was like, it was always overlooked.
Jack was a brand, not even with 7 and 12 and Sinatra. They grew with Jack Honey and all these other ones. Like, that's what
Gentleman Jack actually said a whole little,
with that. I mean, it's been a while. We did it. We had an episode. We tasted like some of the OG Jack Daniels, which was amazing. I'm interested to see like where that goes. Like seeing, like I said, seeing the direction that they've been in like the last, like I said, 3-4 years. I'll be interested to see what happens with Brown Forman. If there is going to be an acquisition, if Brown Forman's able to make a pivot where they, keep it going, where it's just them and the family owned deal. They just shut down with a Rick House that kind of a production piece that 33 people lost their jobs. So with them doing that, the Cooperage shut down last year. Mm-hmm. Just a lot that's happened with Brown Forman, a lot of changes with that. Seeing this kind of, I'm interested to see what their pivot's going to be, because like they're definitely going to try to sell regardless.
And I think it's where the industry's going, because you've seen before roses get purchased. I mean, you just mentioned that the Rick House sell there, but you also see with what's it called Roscoe Squibb, MGP.
Oh, MGP, yeah, MGP, Roscoe Squibb, yep.
Production, you see,
big time. They're going like a few years off, yeah. That's going to affect them, yeah.
So, is it? What does it look like? I mean, obviously you have big players, but these big players are what, and that's why I justify and say like, hey, it's not a Buffalo Trace thing. It is a Salisbury thing. Just like Pernod, like it's the overarching, because liquor is not dying.
No.
And that's right. Bourbon's not dying.
No, it's not.
It is. It might not be booming in the way that it was.
Well, go ahead. Say what you were saying.
Go ahead.
I was going to say, let's pivot to that real quick while we talk about that, because I feel like right now, I said it before in our last one, I think we're in a golden age for bourbon drinkers, whiskey drinkers. I think we're in a golden age. Yes, we're going to pay a few more dollars for everything. However, though, it's accessible for us that really enjoy that spirit to drink it.
Drinking perspective,
yes,
100%. It is. I'm not saying we're at the golden age. The golden age was the age that was honest. It's golden age for not necessarily availability, but more even more just the special edition stuff that exists now that didn't exist. Golden age was 8-9 years ago when Pappy was sitting on shelves.
Well, I mean, okay, yeah, okay.
You could walk in and find anything. Like when Blanton's wasn't a thing. You go, like Blanton, it's overrated. It's like, it was just people actually thought this was this cool shit everybody just wanted to get. Like,
yeah.
And that's probably a decade ago, but still, like, there's a lot of things that have changed. I mean, there are obviously this is hot work. I mean, there's just tons of bottles that aren't the same in held the same regards, and it's not just. I mean, look at if you go to Heaven Hill, look at Henry McKenna. I remember the day I met you guys. I was at the day party at Costco, and y'all gave away about him, Henry McKenna, and Randy was trying to buy it back from some guy, from some woman who wanted. And I'm like, yeah, I got like 5 or 6 bottles. I was like, 5 or 6 bottles.
But I mean, at that time, speaking of that, it was something that was hard to like. It was there, right? Ebbs and flows.
It's $30 higher in price than it
yeah,
used to be,
and
it sits like
yeah.
That's also just how the times change. Not everything's gonna be sought after the way that it once was.
Yeah.
My thing with that though is I don't want to give you something I know you're not going to appreciate.
Facts.
And so that right there is that's questionable for me, because when people just take stuff just to take it and say, well, I got this.
So then, speaking like now, evolving from that, when you talk about the air with that, getting something you're going to appreciate, right? Are we now with the distilleries going through the change they're going through? You know, we're talking about Brown Forman and just other distilleries we've seen that's gone through the things they're going through. They're rolling back because they said they've got so much already produced out there, right? So the spirit industry is already, it ebbs and flows, right? Tequila's kicking everybody in the ass, honestly. Tequila just is right now. It's their time to shine, of course, especially getting into the summertime months here for us in the Midwest. But for those who are going to enjoy it, with these distilleries saying we have so much in mass and production already, what do you feel like about that as far as looking at the consumer piece of it? Because we have those that use cunt just to collect, as opposed to those who really want to learn, expose, drink, experience it. What is your 2 cents on that?
I mean, for me, I think it's right now it's the golden age from if you look at the producer. I think it's golden age for the craft producer, or not the non-premium, not premium, but
kind of a boutique,
premium,
maybe.
But these are boutique brands.
Yeah.
Because you look at like these large brands, it takes them a long time for them to really release products.
Yeah.
Like,
it does.
All the stuff that they are coming out with that seems new has been developing for 5 or 6 years.
Or longer.
And longer. Like, they didn't just start come out with toasted products. They've been working on toasted products for a long time. They just hit the market over the last 2-3 years.
True.
Or the honey barrels and all those things. And they took they got those things from these concepts because of these boutique brands, or from these store picks and these bear pick groups who are doing these things. And like, oh, they want this.
Yeah.
But boutique brands, they have their life cycle is so small. They can come out with 200 bottles of something and release it in a different way. And so for them, I think it's great. It's a great place for them to be.
Okay.
And like that's where ingenuity is at.
Okay. So.
Oh no, it's too much experimenting with bottles right now also.
But I mean, you never learn and discover what it is you like, though. Some of it is fun, but some of it isn't bad.
Some of this stuff, like the maple flavors and all this other stuff you putting out here. I don't care if it was aged 20 years. I don't want a maple flavored bourbon.
But I mean, there are people that like that will.
Yeah, but is that the true consumer that you actually want, though?
But I mean, we always say though. I mean, the status of it is, I always say anyway. I should say, the best of what you're drinking is what you decide
what you like.
How you
but
drink,
right?
And for me, it depends on brand, because I've had rare characters make release and liked it.
Yeah.
I've had other make releases and thought, what's this pancake syrup?
Yeah.
So my thing with that was very old Saint Nick. I'm a very old Saint Nick person, but after that maple release, I was like, yeah, y'all should have never did this.
Right. Well, I mean, they got off so well for doing unique things. I mean, before they guys who went through, and their finishes, like, they do unique stuff. Like, they've also come out with stuff that I'm like, what is this? Like, they came out with that Out of the Order, which is like the tequila one. I'm like, oh no, please take this back. But
yeah, see,
I'll give you $300 to take it back.
All right, so now here we are, Jack Daniel's 14. We got it all in our glass. Where we at? What's your nose? What's your
So
experience
I'm
with
really
this?
conflicted
They
with
do
it
something
because
wrong. They do it right.
I don't know. The nose I thought was going to be a little bit more spectacular since the age statement, but it smells like number 7.
I don't think it smells like number 7 though. I don't get that number 7
What do you
nose out
think,
there.
Austin?
I have not drank number 7 by choice. 10, 12 years. So
It's always a bad story that goes on.
I'm gonna be very honest. If I couldn't tell you what number 7 smelled like, it saved my life. So
Well,
I'm not gonna go there.
going off of my memory, I think number 7 was very astringent compared to this. Now, yes, the nose on this has a very traditional whiskey bourbon notes, right? A lot of vanilla, your sweet oak, some red fruit, whatever the case is like that.
Smells like number 7.
I don't think it's like number 7. I can't say that.
Okay.
And maybe I have to do a blind with that.
Okay. Less ethanol based.
Like I said, to me, it's really stringent ethanol in number 7.
I mean, it's softer, but it's there. You know what I mean? It's like the foundation is there. You know it's Jack. If you actually put it in a blind, you would know this is Jack. You may not be able to tell what it is. Yeah, you wouldn't be able to tell the age statement behind it, but you know it's Jack.
Right.
Okay.
I understand. Okay. So
where we on the palate? Is this something that they should do? Where's the palate at though?
Now the palate, I'm gonna give it. It's way softer. It doesn't really have any heat to it. It's got that sweet linger. So
forget number 7. Now we've had Hill, we've had
the rye, the barrel strength rise, we've
had a ton of the different releases. How does that stand in there to those?
The 10-year Hill, we just had the 10-year Hill.
For me, you already know, I'm still a fan of 10-year. I don't care what nobody say. 10-year has been one of the best bottles for me.
So you would do 10 over the 14?
I would do 10 over 14.
Okay.
You know what? To me, I don't get enough difference between 8 and 12. I do enjoy 12 a lot. I probably 12 more than any other one, so it's not I wouldn't say it's my favorite Jack and Dates. I mean, guys know my favorite because I was lucky enough to have my dad hit a Barrel House 7 in 1994.
Yeah.
That right there is the best Jack Daniels I've ever drunk. But I do like it. A little hotter than I thought it would be.
To me, I was just saying, it's a little hot for me too. Just a touch.
See, I don't get that.
Just a touch hot.
I don't get it. And maybe it's because from that American pride, Indiana pride of Indiana, going to this. That was
we
hot.
have some warm up whiskey before we got into this.
So I don't really. It's got a little hug to it, but not.
I always have warm up whiskey before then. Maybe we'll get a chance to talk about that in another episode. Yeah, you just don't go straight into it. You got to warm up.
I'm watching a podcast, they go right into it.
You're like, we'll never get it.
That's like going to the gym and going straight to your work.
Right, straight to your working sets.
Yeah, exactly. It makes no sense.
We gotta have a warm up whiskey. Okay, so
you probably had the wrong warm up whiskey.
I don't know because proof wise or what?
Okay, so because it's not a bourbon. It's a straight whiskey. It's right here is a blend of 17 light whiskey and 10-year bourbon. So I don't know if that's a great. And what's the proof on the Jack 14?
Screw it. Let's find out. Let's see. We got 117 and a half.
Okay, so we warmed up with something hotter and older.
Yeah.
No.
That's
112.
That one, no, that's 10 years. That's 10 years. Right, yeah. But it's 120, right at almost 126. Yeah.
Okay, so it was up. Okay.
Yeah, I mean, frankly, if you warm it up,
we should have had a lower proof.
Honestly, I hate saying it, we probably should have warmed up with number 7.
All right. We'll get to the details and retail with this in a minute. I'm glad we got my brother on here. I'm going to ask him some questions and you talk a little bit about this, but you've seen us wear our t-shirts whether you've seen us out here on the podcast as well, but More Smoke cigar company. He's got some other things he's working on. I think this is probably maybe like a passion project, maybe.
Yeah, I'd say that.
So can you talk to us a little bit about kind of what More Smoke or your cigar experience and just kind of, just kind of where it led to like this passion project?
Yeah, I mean, I've been in cigars since I was 18. When back in high school, everybody's, most friends are smoking Black and Milds or weed. It was never my thing. So I was like, but I kind of wanted to fit in. So I remember I went to CVS and bought one of the old Philly's Blunt cigars.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Shout out to the
thing.
Philly Blunts.
And so that was my thing. I was like,
I used to smoke one a year.
So I used to smoke Philly's Blunts all the time.
I used to.
My thing. And I'm like, shit, I like this.
That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about.
And I used to cut it with my car keys because I didn't know.
Yeah, cigar cutter.
And so got into that. Then got into
Look, I got
Randy's making a face that he's
face
not
over here.
Hey, dog.
I'm 37. I've been smoking cigars for 19 years. I've been smoking cigars longer than I have.
I've been smoking cigars about 25 years, but I was like one cigar a year, and that would be a Philly Blunt.
So then we go. I jump into. We started hanging out at Carmack's.
Okay. Shout out to Carmack's.
You go to Carmack. I went to school at Anderson. Go to Carmack's. It was 15 minutes from my dorm. That was cool. Go in there. You didn't have to that's back when you could be 18 and smoke, so it was perfect. I go in there like I couldn't go most to the cigar lounge just because they're 21 older.
Right.
Then I used to have this. Unfortunately, I used to be that guy who used to love older women. He used to love older women. He used to love me an auntie. That was my thing back in the day. So I used to really blame because older women couldn't, but trying to go to places I was trying to go to, but they wouldn't go to the lounge. So I used to hang at Nicky Blaine's. I used to live this Louis the 13th infused cigar.
Mm-hmm.
And then I started smoking Gurkha.
That was a Gurkha, his Maxi Reserve. So yeah.
Yeah.
I just enjoyed,
Randy, you a hater, man.
I'm not
I
definitely
smoked
not
those.
a hater.
My whole career.
I was gonna say.
My whole career. Entrepreneurship.
So what led to because he making the faces over here, been talking about we.
Well, y'all already know I'm the disgruntled uncle anyway.
Yeah. So what built like this passion project for More Smoke?
Right. I mean, it was really entrepreneurship. I've been an entrepreneur my entire career. I've worked a couple jobs for other people in the last 6 months, 7 months at a time, but it was always my own thing. So I was like, well, shoot, I've been doing smoking cigars. I'm like, I want to try my own thing. So, explored it, trying to figure out what the right thing was. And first, I was running all these issues like, we all try to start something at some time. You jump on Alibaba, you jump on these other platforms that say, "Oh man, you need to buy 20,000 of them." Do that,
right?
Start off.
Right.
And then when the guy Henry, who started Atlanta Cigar Week,
Absolutely, yeah.
he helped me out, and I started the first brands, Sculpture King cigars.
Yeah.
And ultimately, kind of phased out. And I was like, I want to do something different. Started More Smoke. The reason I started More Smoke was two reasons. And I wanted to take cigars out of my name.
Okay.
Anytime, Coach cigars, I can't promote anywhere. As soon as you see cigars, it flags it. So I was like, well, I'll market More Smoke as a brand that's all about smoke. It could be barbecue smoke. It could be hookah. It could be anything. That way I can use these apparel, these accessories that don't have to do with cigars.
So you're going towards my lifestyle with that, right?
Ultimately, yeah, exactly. Okay. But at the end of the day, it's still like cigars are my thing.
Yep.
Like, yeah, I could jump on the grill with cigars or what it's about. Like, I just wanted to figure out a way that I could, manage it and present it in the right way, that I could run it as the right type of business. But it was like, all right, well, I found another producer that I felt was great for me and redid my first couple cigars, and those guys got some good, good reviews, and then released a couple more, and now working on my sixth cigar now.
Which I'm
finishing
off.
Well, I already finished mine, and
And so, we got all these boutique brands. we talk about boutique brands and bourbon, but boutique brands and cigars are huge.
So let me ask you this. So what do you think the biggest hurdle for you right now is?
I think it's, I don't say it's one thing, I'd say it's really two. Capital, because I'm doing it myself, and personnel, I'm doing it myself. Like, I can only go and just, because, I mean, there's certain products I can go and you can go in and sell them on any product, you'll take a risk at it. Ultimately, there's a ton of legacy brands who make similar products. And so I need to go in there and sell you on my cigar. Which means I need to smoke a cigar with you every time.
It's that face to face.
Get that right person who's the manager who can make the decision. And unfortunately, half the time you go in there and talk to somebody and they will tell you they're a decision maker and they're really not. Or you send somebody a promo pack and it sits on their desk. You hit them up. Oh man, I'm gonna get to it. By the time you get they get to smoke it, it ain't humidity pack and nothing. It dissolve in a bag on the desk.
Yeah.
So my thing is with this whole cigar culture right now, it's watered down because there's so much out there right now, and you don't have a lot of true cigar enthusiasts because they're bandwagon riders. So they're smoking the newest, truest thing that they feel like is out there. True. But that's why I have a problem with a lot of stuff. That's why I tell people nowadays, for me, it's not fun anymore.
Like I run into this even like every time I try to come out cigar, I try to buy a bunch of different cigars, samples and stuff like that, and try to figure stuff out. Is that all right? I'm talking to a boutique brand, a good guy that I got close to. Oh, we releasing, and I find he releasing the exact same thing I'm releasing. I'm like, well, shit. And so then you're trying to like be, really trying to be creative, but creative oftentimes falls flat in his face. You smoke them like, ooh, this is gonna be good. You're like, this is terrible.
But see, I think that's a problem with a lot of people too, because they won't tell you it's terrible to them. But it's a lot of people who only smoke one or two particular brands, and they think every cigar that they smoke needs to taste exactly like that.
Also, aren't honest.
True.
That's true.
Right.
That's very true. That's a good point. That's a big
cigar
point.
tasting and bourbon tasting.
Yeah.
Bourbon tasting is a great example because a lot of people don't have a great opinion, and no matter what you give them, nobody. It's good right here.
Right.
Some good stuff, right?
Are you drinking to get drunk, or you really trying to experience? Yeah. What you like about it? Like, what's the experience you like about it?
Like,
Yeah.
Oh, but the first answer they get, oh, it's smooth.
I hate that word.
What does that mean?
Remove smooth from your spirit experience and cigars. Tobacco's not smooth, man. No,
I disagree.
It's not smooth.
I disagree wholeheartedly.
Tobacco's not smooth.
I don't care. I disagree wholeheartedly. You know why I disagree wholeheartedly? Because I'm not. If you're trying, for me, as a passion project, it's fine. But if I'm really trying to build this as a full-fledged business that's going to be fully out there, then I'm trying to appeal to the novice smoker, the person who's going to come in every now and then and whatever else, or who's going to, I just stopped in the bar and whatever, and I'm going to have a drink. You know what? They like smooth. The woman, the female
I get what you're saying, but like tobacco's not smooth though.
Right, but also when you think about
like
sometimes you sound a lot of people, for us who care so much, we're talking about, we are smoking for taste, and
we are over invested in whatever products we're actually grabbing.
Absolutely.
But overall, what you're trying to sell is an experience.
For sure. Yes.
But see, and that's why I have a problem with, because like the previous conversation, I don't feel like brands need to cater to the average person. Although that is the revenue that you're actually trying to build and gain, but that niche, that where it's got that spiciness or that pepper or that leather or whatever that one person is truly looking for. But that's the true customer that you actually want.
But that's why I say
I agree to disagree. I agree to it because I'm a fan and I want them to cater to me as a brand who is someone who really invests in it. But so I'm a big pro wrestling fan, right? And I got a group chat of guys who talk pro wrestling, and they get mad about it. And they get so invested in. They're like, "Oh, this such." They're not appealing to us. This that. They're not even trying to appeal to us. They don't have no desire to appeal to us because they know that we're invested enough that we'll complain.
You still complain, but we're gonna be there though.
We're gonna be there. Yeah. And all, and
so that's why.
But they're trying to appeal to this mass because that mass is their real. Is the overall people that they have to worry about.
So and that's why when I talk to people about comic books and what Marvel does with movies versus what they do with comic books, I'm already invested. So when I see it on the big screen and it doesn't read to me like the true comic book would, then I'm like, oh well, this isn't for me.
Right.
It's for the newbies, the entry levels that you're actually trying to get on board or whatever. Right. But you still give me a little bit of that to keep me invested.
Right.
But at some point, I'm like, well, yeah, no, now you're oversaturating because you did all these spin-offs and all these new introduction for characters or whatever. And it's just like, yeah, no, that's not what I want to see.
That's, I mean, when we go back to the bourbon competition, that's why, you know, you look at Sazerac, you look at Brown Forman, you look at these special edition models, great. But there's a reason they're special edition. The reason they're limited isn't just because they want to put the scarcity and hopefully increase their demand. It's also because that is for those niche. It's for those niche customers. It's not for the masses. The masses want that $25 bottle of Jack Daniel and Jack 7 that they can drink every day.
Yeah. But like I said, with cigars too, like one of the most challenging things, in my opinion, like I said, and you probably can speak more to it, is to make the mild cigar, right? The Connecticut wrap, whatever it is, to be a mild cigar, because people who smoke mild cigars want that experience every single time they cut and light that one cigar. It has to taste the same way no matter what, right? When you start getting into your medium and more full-bodied cigars like that, I feel like brands, whoever they are, can get away with a little bit because we just want that full profile. If it's giving me some spice, it's giving me something bold, it's hitting my palate, it's giving me, even a little buzz off of it, I'm fine with that because I smoke, what I'm saying? I want something full body. But if I'm doing something that's nuanced, with the Connecticut and the mild cigars, that has to taste that same way every single time I light that cigar.
Or you can go with, you talk about mild, it's the same thing with flavor or some novel stuff. I mean, my number one single cigar is Cowboy Caviar. It's been that way for the 3 years that I've had it, right? And the reason I went for it had nothing to do with when I first bought that cigar. Those samples had nothing to do with I like the breakdown of the wrapper and binder and all that. It was because it was barber pole. And because barber poles for some people it's intriguing enough that they say, what's that? It looks different. So I was like. And then I smoked it and was like, I actually do really love this.
Mm-hmm.
But I bought it because of Barbara. I thought it was novel enough that people would jump to it.
Right.
Unfortunately, it was. And people really enjoy it. But it's because of Barbara. Like, it's the same thing. Like, it'd be the same thing. The concept is me listening to a favorite cigar. And I thought about it because I understand that I'm a boutique brand and I'm trying to appeal to a niche customer. But I'm also a black-owned brand who's being probably even more niche. I don't consider myself a boutique brand.
A black-owned brand that's trying to produce something with quality at the right price point.
To appeal to the masses.
Out there with that. I just want to put the masses. I want to put that out there because, I ain't going to get in that tangent, but being black-owned, he's producing something that's of quality. You've seen, like I said, the apparel we wore, the cigars we smoked. And what other things are you working on that? Because like I said, again, to me,
you should have grabbed the cologne bottle and put it over there.
I'm working on the fragrance right now. I'm trying to get to those, other SKUs that aren't necessarily just cigars. And so this is the more smoke cigar a fragrance right now. Been working on it right now with a company in Dallas. This northwest of Dallas called Amir Oud, and so we do some private label stuff. And been working on this. This is my third sample of it right now. So this is like, a lot of times when you see people like the cigar smokers, you see all these tobacco heavy ones. I don't want a tobacco heavy one. I don't want a heavy oud one because those are more fall, winter type.
Absolutely.
I want them to kind of test with.
Yeah, but a lot of people don't declare their fragrances the way most of us would. We're like, certain things are just seasonal for us.
Right. And so like for me, and this is a little bit seasonal too, and how I approach it, because we as the black cigar smokers are big into the events. We're not just I go and hang out with my buddies and we
want the experience, we want the event, we want the experience though. We do.
We have whole parties with it. We have the cigar festivals, Cigar Week, Atlantic Cigar Week, all these, or you have Chicago Smoking Sale, you got all these things. So I'm like, all right. Yeah, you want to be around cool people, you dress up and all that, and so it's a whole experience to it. And so I wanted a fragrance that kind of spoke to that, like okay, it has some flair to it, has some upscale kind of feeling to it. Like if I'm smoking a premium cigar, and I'm smoking a cigar, but my cigars are all $16 at $16 price point, and so but we're smoking. I mean, we all smoke cigars that can be higher. Much higher than that. I mean, you've got a cigar over there you're smoking right now. What, $60?
Yeah, $60. Merrifield.
Right, I'm smoking a $45 cigar right now. So like, it's an investment. I mean, I can't remember who the quote it was. First, I think it was Henry. So he's like, we really smoke. We're smoking money.
Yeah, we setting fire to money.
We really smoke money for fun.
We setting fire to money.
And so. It's an expensive hobby. Just like we just had a conversation before we talked about watches. And, a lot of it's like shoes, like this, and golf, and all these expensive hobbies. So I wanted something to kind of fit that profile of that person, not necessarily just that cigar smoker. So yeah, this is what I'm working on right now.
It smells amazing.
I'm trying to do some, I might do some apparel again. We'll see. Trying to figure out what makes sense because. I think what a lot of small businesses do, not just in cigars or period, they try to list too many products and they really try focus on the ones that sell the best and do the best that can get them to a next level, and then they can introduce more things. But I'm trying to figure out what works for me right now. So yeah. So
I'm glad. Dallas, just know he's a transplant. He belonged to that, man. It's us. That's our people. You know what I'm saying? Just want to put that out there. But no, as a friend, a brother, man, I'm proud and I'm happy for what you're doing. I'm very, very happy with what you're doing, and I know Randy feels the same way for what you're doing. Bourbon Terrace, y'all find out about that side later. If you know. So yeah, JD 14.
So what did you think? Let's get a take.
What I think about it?
Yeah, what do you think about it?
And before you sound like you about to sign off. You ain't smoking.
I ain't signing off. I ain't signing off.
About what you smoking yet? None of that.
I ain't signing off. I'm just kind of moving. I'm just trying to figure this, doing my thing. With the JD 14, I'm just intercepting now. So retail, this should be 150 to 180 maybe. Retail, depending on who's selling it. If you're in Indianapolis, there's been a lot of takeovers and everything. Shout out to our sponsors, though, Community Spirits. But around 150 to 180, I would say, just depending on where it comes from. My thoughts first, I'll start with me first. My thoughts on it, at that price, retail, is definitely a win for me. It's a go. For me as well, this is something crushable. I can see, like we're doing now, sitting with my people, and we knock a bottle of that down in no time, So I would repurchase at that retail price. I would buy another bottle. Am I going to pay secondary for this? I think secondary, I've seen it somewhere high as 7, maybe. I don't know. 6, 7. I've seen it. I don't know. Like I said, I don't know secondary right now. The boat's kind of bust up. It says enough has come out now. It says, so I don't know where it's at, I wouldn't pay secondary prices for it.
And secondary, it's come down a little.
Yeah, the bubbles popped on
overall has
secondary.
come down,
Yeah,
so.
I'm not gonna go secondary on it. I wouldn't go secondary on that for it. But at retail, if I can find another bottle of retail, absolutely, I'm all in.
I mean, I liked it. I agree with a lot of your sentiments about it being crushable. One thing I'd be very intrigued to do, because this is the first time I've had the 14 in the batch of 2, is to smoke without cigar. I mean, I love pairing, but it is a different experience just smoking like
Yeah.
drinking it regular. But ultimately, you're imparting the flavor that you're smoking into your drink. So it's coming, the smoke is coating your mouth, and so it's also, and then bourbon or the whiskey goes to your mouth as well. So I'll be very, very intrigued to see what I felt about it differently. Usually, I do traditionally like a whiskey more when I smoke, so which is sometimes hard. It can be hard because I've smoked stuff. I've drunk in a cigar lounge before and loved it, and then went and bought it.
It's a good point. Good point. Good
I've
angle.
got I sold a bottle to our friend Al. That I picked up. I was in Glen one night. I'm drinking this scotch. I was like, I'm smoking cigar. I had 3 or 4 of them. I'm like, I was like, hey, we're gonna find it. I was, oh man, we'll go here and get it. Such and such. I had 1 glass and never had a glass again for 3 years. I thought that's terrible. So I'd be very intrigued to try it. That price point, would I buy another one at retail? Probably. And that depends if it's the only one there and there's other options or not. Because at this point, I also just love trying different stuff. And so, yeah.
Where you at, Randy?
It's a repurchase. It's definitely a repurchase. But crushing is one thing, but to have one just to sit for display for other people to actually try and enjoy would be my wheelhouse. I would want everybody to actually just get a sip to see exactly what is out there. Because like most of the time you put a JD on the table, nobody really wants to touch it.
Right.
Just because it says Jack Daniels.
Okay, so what do you want to see next?
I would actually like to see something a whole lot older.
I don't know if I want something older. I don't know about that one.
I want to see something older.
I would like to see them. Another Tennessee whiskey, a brand. They're going through their things. I'm not even going to comment on that, but
You know the name. We all know.
we all know the name, Uncle Nears. But I would like to see Jack do some of that experimentation that they've done with the toasted barrels, maybe with some cognac finishes.
Actually, that's what I was going to say. So you would actually want to see a port finish or a sherry
I would like to see some experimentation in that way. I would just like to see it, just to you know what I mean. No, said definitely. I was like this. I was like to see how that goes with that. I would like to see them as far as their finishes or whatever the case is like that.
I would love to see. I mean, to be honest, I wouldn't mind seeing a barrel proof that country.
Yeah, you different than me on that one.
Yeah, you definitely different.
Well, but not in the same thing of like
I get what you're saying. No, like okay.
Barrel version of it, like.
But something kind of
So it's more light on the,
yeah,
more light
the
on
honey
like,
finish maybe with some thing of that. Yeah,
syrupy honey like that you see in that like.
No, I mean I could see that point because I had not Angel's Envy, Eagle Rare honey finish.
Remember that Weller honey we had?
Oh my God, the Fight Club, dog.
That
Oh my
was
goodness.
good. Yeah, that was definitely good.
Oh my goodness. I would like to see Jack go with that. I like to see that.
But see, I
think gonna be
with that, they would have to actually take their time with it, though.
Exactly, and that's what I said. I'm at the point now, like, because there's always an argument about age statements, right? In bourbon and whiskey, and there's some other ones that got the 23 years like that. That's absolute
Trash.
just trash water to me.
Yeah.
It's terrible to me.
But say I just said
Because it
older.
gets over oaked or
Yeah.
whatever the case is like that. It gets one note.
Okay, you've got, obviously, we've seen now do 15 and 18. You've seen
Do 12, yeah. 12, 15.
seen Heaven Hill do 13 and 15. They're going to do a 7?
They did this. Heaven Hill did a 17, did a 19, and 20.
They did
17, 19, and 20.
Like,
yeah. 22's coming out now.
We see in the smaller bottle, like the regular ones we've seen, the 13, 15. We're going to see that. You see the
I don't know. 22's coming out now. I'm getting my hands on one. I promise. But I would be interested to see that because, like, even when Heaven Hill did that,
for me, I think 20 is truly a cutoff. Like anything after 20, the taste doesn't really regulate.
So when Heaven Hill just like picking up, we talking about. But I'm saying, but with Heaven Hill though, they did a 20. They did a corn whiskey, which to me was just too. It was like a light whiskey. It was just too much. 17 was a sweet spot. 19 was amazing, and it was like close to 17.
So I tell you what I would love to see. This is I mentioned earlier, sneakers, love sneakers, right?
Mm-hmm.
I love collaboration. I'd love to see like Brown Forman collab in there with like a Jack Daniels Brown Forman collab type of situation. Like, give me a 00 Jack 12 or something.
Wee. Youth. Woo. Woo.
Like, give me something.
Yeah, you hit on something totally different. That's like creating a mixtape. You hit something totally different.
Like, give me something that's okay.
That'd be kind of wicked.
Two branded in the same company. Like, bring some of these concepts together. Like,
that would be nuts. That'd be nuts.
You hit on something.
You hit on something. That's And Jack Daniels, if you gonna take that, hey, we need our percentage.
I'll let me. Man, just put double oak by Herman Terrace. What's the holler at me?
Okay, so what we smoking on? Let's before we wrap all this up.
So y'all on a whole nother level right now because I'm on the CAO throwaway.
Okay,
it was $3.99.
All right, so let's start here then because we did smoke some of the more smoke. I don't want to mess the name up. Or
Last Call.
Last Call by More Smoke. Now we don't know if it's going to retail. Membership have its privileges, but
yeah, because he would just say he may not even release this to y'all.
May or may not ever release. We'll see. The whole concept of the Last Call is it's at the end of the night, after dinner, dessert, cigar. The whole name of the Last Call is like, hey, like every.
I should have had some Grand Marnier with this.
Last of the night, it's like, oh, this is the nightcap. This is your nightcap cigar. So that's the Last Call.
And it's not flavored. It's not flavored. So I don't want you to think it's flavored. It's not flavored, but it was a beautiful cigar though. Construction, burn, everything on it was really good.
Mm-hmm. So kind of what was different. I ain't gonna reveal, but I know Ball Cigars has a new cigar coming out here. So
yeah,
and he told me what was coming out, and so I'm excited for that. And so it kind of inspired me to go in a different direction of what I was thinking at the time. And this one has a mix of Cameroon tobacco with Indonesian and Ecuadorian. So that's the whole blend. There's actually 3 different flavors in it. So if it comes out, I'm excited for people to try it. But I'm also going to put it out there in the hands of some people who I trust, who are going to be real opinions. Because my opinion is one thing, but I'm not trying to appeal to just So yeah, that's what we're working on now. If that doesn't come out, I think something else will, because ultimately I've invested too much money to not come out with anything.
Okay.
Bands aren't cheap.
No.
Bands cost sometimes cost with a cigar too.
Yeah, speaking of which, right now, so I smoked the Last Call. Like I said, fantastic cigar. I enjoyed it. Thank you for that. Right now, I just cutting it up in the middle of this is Marifel. This is the Ernest Lonsdale. Marifel is there right now with their releases. They're basically between 20 to 30 years old as far as a Cameroon wrapper, but this company is kind of responsible for introducing Cameroon tobacco to cigars. They kind of brought that from Africa. They're a Belgian company, but they kind of were one of the ones that brought it into Cameroon tobacco into cigars. So they did a lot of Cameroon tobacco for other brands in their heyday, which goes back a long, long, long time ago. I don't know the exact year, but it's promised. It's a long time ago. Um, so I'm a big fan of these. My budget don't always afford them, but yeah, price point, yeah, they range high. I mean, these can go from Lonsdale's at $60 up to 115, 120 a stick. Just depends on where you buy them at. But this is definitely probably one of my favorite cigars that I've had a chance to experience. The double robustos, and now like I said, I'm smoking the Lonsdale. They do kind of with their so Cameroon wrapper. They do like silk gold with their bands and stuff like that, which probably leads to a lot of the costs as well to the cigar. They're very rare, hard to get a hold of. But if you do find them, I would definitely recommend. It's going to be a splurge, but to me, this is worth a splurge. Pairs well with a lot of your spirits, just whatever it is you choose to drink. But this is just a very, very easy smoking cigar, but very complex as well as far as taste.
I suggest you to pick up. I don't know if you picked it up yet. It's called La Estancia. It's from the same people who own that.
Okay.
So as he mentioned, they are known for Cameroon tobacco, but they've been around a
long time.
So La Estancia was a cigar they developed. This is the story that was secondhand to me, so I can't confirm if it's true or not, because sometimes people will tell you some misinformation, but I don't know. But I picked up the
story be bigger than the cigar.
People like to embellish.
Yeah, the story be bigger than the cigar.
Picked up La Estancia. It's the same company. It's the cigar that they are take on a cigar that they developed with Fidel Castro back in the 90s.
Okay.
So this is their new version of it, re-released. So it's a phenomenal cigar. I smoked one. In fact, I picked it up, lit it, drove about 10 miles, turned back around and picked up another one because I was out of town. I'm like, well, I don't know if I'm gonna find another one. And I know another place I was in Houston, living in Dallas now, and so I'm like, this is spot made by me, carried Merrifield. I'm like, I go there and say, oh, we don't carry. I was like, I should have bought more. Damn it. But that's a phenomenal.
And that's what you smoking now?
No, that's what I was telling you to check.
Oh yeah, check out. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm smoking the San Forel. I don't know where it's from. I don't know the name of the company, San Forel. They come out. They've got 5 different variations. They're all named after a color. And it's red, green, purple, gold, and green.
Okay.
And so all of their sticks are aged at least 7 years. Some of them have longer than that. This is the red, which does not look red, but it is. Looks more brown. It kind of has a very similar, wrapper to the to the Merrifields in the sense where this big, holographic wrapper. I love it. It's Ecuadorian wrapper and then Dominican filler and binder. I love it. It's complex, but it's smooth.
Y'all really know y'all nerd now.
We nerd now. I know we nerd now.
If you actually go on the website, it literally says a strong yet smooth cigar.
I just touched that word. I'm sorry. I can't.
So,
I do realize most people don't even know what rappers or whatever they smoke.
But what we here for, Randy? We here.
I know, but sometimes you get a little too complex for the average.
But you know why I always break that down? Because for me, as someone who's trying to sell a cigar, I need to tell you the variation because and the difference because I'm trying to sell you on what's different about my cigar versus what you already see.
Yeah, but
I'm also working on something. So I'm working on one more thing. I can touch on that real quick. I'm going to tell you about you. You want to tell you about your thoughts?
No, hey, if I smoke it, I smoke it. If I don't, I can throw this away and I'll go walk out the door.
What's your input on the last call? Because he had
the last call was actually really good. I probably should have smoked another one, but
That don't sit there on.
We're gonna do that off camera. You know what I'm saying? But
So we're gonna it's called the cigar match app. So think tender meats like a wine recommendation to. So you jump onto this app. You jump onto this app. You register. You tell me information about like, oh, I like medium. I like these types of wrappers. I like this budget, right? And then you swipe left and right on cigars, and then it recommends cigars to you that it thinks you like. But on top of that, you can then there's a secondary side for lounges and stores. They can load their inventory into it, and so then you have a profile on there about who you are as a cigar smoker, what you like, and now if I go in and like a Foursquare, I can go check in, and it'll tell me all the cigars that match my profile at your lounge.
Okay.
So now I don't have to go in there and say, because you just said, the breakdown, it's kind of nerdy, whatever else. But, every time people go in, you work at a cigar lounge. They say, what do you like? Well,
So, but you know what?
Break down. But what they can tell you is, I usually smoke this.
Yeah.
But if I don't know that, that's a problem. Because if I go smoke it, the two places I frequent the most in Houston, or Dallas, excuse me, are boutique cigar lounges. Mm-hmm. So they might not carry the regular thing. And so if I say, oh yeah, I smoke this, you might not know what that is.
Yeah. But see, my problem with that, is a lot of people don't know what they like until they know.
Right, but they do know. Oh,
they know what they're experiencing. They know they're experiencing.
But, so depending on that day, like if I came from the golf course, I already been smoking, I already been drinking or whatever, and I smoke something and drink something, when I say, oh, I like this, not knowing everything that was the precursor before I got here that adds to the flavor of what I'm actually smoking at. So you smoke it, you drink it, whatever, you leave. Then you go decide, well, I said I like this, that, and the other. And you go to rebuy it, repurchase or whatever, that same combination to find out, well, hell, I don't like this.
Right. There's some truth. Like there's always variables in there. But okay. We talk off camera for an hour and a half before we jump on. And so we talked about, there are enough people who come in and all they're looking for is cool.
Yeah.
You work at Burn.
Yes.
You guys don't sell cookies.
No.
But how many brands you guys carry? Obviously Rocky can sell, but you sell more than that.
I think we got about 9-10 brands.
Okay. So if I know I enjoy this one Cohiba and it's on my profile, great. Now I can, because you might not.
I have something to match. I can match you up with something, really give you the same experience.
But I know you like this.
Yep, I know you like this. Absolutely.
Because it's not just it's beneficial for two. It's beneficial for that, not just novice cigar smokers. It's really for really a lot of people. The novice cigar smokers trying to figure out what they're trying to. It's also just that. Also the more seasoned cigar smoker who's just looking like, okay, I'm just trying to match up. It also gives me, it's giving recommendations on the app itself. It's not just in the store. I'm getting, I didn't even know about this brand. I didn't even know about this, but I know it's telling me I might like this based on things I like, but also gives the cigar retailer opportunity to sell something they might not have otherwise.
True.
Because
I get where you're going with it.
Because ultimately, they're great. We frequent a lot of different places. We love cigars.
Mm-hmm.
And so we're willing to try some stuff. Not everybody's willing to try some things, and it's one thing when it's a $8 cigar.
That's what I was going to say, because a lot of stuff is budget friendly also.
Yeah,
so.
But when it's not budget friendly,
right?
Burn is an experience.
It
is nicer. And so okay, I'm going to go in there, and it might be a $25 cigar. I'd much rather know based on my profile that there's a better chance that I'm going to like this versus you who I don't know, yes, you're good at your, but I don't know that if I'm just coming in for the first time and you're going to tell me, hey, I think you'll like it. You don't know me.
Yeah.
Profile does.
Yeah. Yeah.
I get it. Definitely get it.
I mean, I'm working on it. We'll see how that works. I think there's going to be there's a huge issue. I mean, there's not huge, but there is a technology barrier there. Because it's one thing, you have a lot of great cigar lounges with young people in there, but you also have a lot of cigar lounges and stores with the old guy who's ran for years who doesn't even have have his inventory in a computer. He goes and says, it's gonna be $9.99 right there, put it in there like that. So you run some risk there. But hopefully we can help. I mean, I'm not trying to help everybody, I'm gonna help some. I'm trying to carve my niche. So trying to figure out what that looks like, and as a software developer myself, it also gives me a way to connect some of my passions in different ways. So yeah.
Well, that being said, thank you again, brother Austin, for joining us.
Speaking of my scars too, because of course you put more smoke stuff on there, so you gonna say, "Oh, you like this? Well, guess what? That with caviar fits your profile." Understand? My recommendation will have my cigars on there, premium.
Absolutely,
First and
as they should.
foremost.
Yes.
First and foremost, absolutely, as they should. As they should.
And then like you can do like this. It already exists in wine. Go on wine all the time. There's all these type of wine actually suggests. So I know it. There's a possibility you can do it. I'm just trying to make it attached to the actual retailer itself, not an online link that you can go Google somewhere. And then you can do it in bourbon and everything else too.
So there you have it. That's what's going on with More Smoke. Our brother Austin, thank you for joining us today. This has been Jack Daniels 14. I think it's been a goal for everybody. Not on secondary, of course, but
I mean, if you got it,
you got it. I mean, you got this bird, you know. And if you happen to know us, you come to the back cave and get a chance to taste some of it.
We'll put up other places.
We'll put up some other places. Yeah.
Not
Everywhere. Yeah. But thank you again, Smoke Cask and Barrel. I'm Daryl.
I'm Randy.
It's our brother Austin. We'll catch y'all on the next one. Peace.